What's up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist here with
Gersh1.
And we're back at it again, bringing you answers.
Because this is a For the Greater
WAAAGH!
Yeah.
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question about Warhammer 40k or anything about the universe, comment down below. Put question in front of your question because we get to those first. Let's get to it.
Alright, guys.
Zane's Games says, is there any Spacemarine chapter in the Imperium that is hated by their fellow chapters? There is rivalries everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So just to name a few, the Space Wolves are kind of not liked by anybody that follows the Codex Authority.
Right, yeah.
Same goes for
Salamanders. Since a lot of times it's like, why are you, wasting your forces, your manpower, all this time to save the civilians when they're just gonna die anyway? It's like you need to start doing, whatever it takes for the greater good for the Imperium.
Yep. Dark Angels are seen as like conniving, secretive, bad people.
Yep.
And then you have all the chapters that are extremely devoted to the Emperor, and they believe that he was divine, like the Black Templars. And then you have the people who are the exact opposite of that, like the Iron Fists, I think they're called, who absolutely hate people who are like the Black Templars. And they're funny because they're both successor chapters of the Imperial Fist.
Right.
But I think out of all the chapters, the most hated chapter of all has to be any successor chapter of the Blood Angels or Blood Angels themselves.
Right.
Because they have something called the Red Thirst and the Black Rage, which is very, very prominent and is well known. And it pushes a lot of successor chapters to do just idiotic things. For instance, if you've been checking out our Flesh Terror videos, the Flesh Terrors don't stop fleshing or tearing for flesh when they're done with the enemy. They'll like fight the allies as well,
Which is very Khorne-like.
yeah. So they're hated throughout the galaxy by their own allies, so other Space Marines.
Right.
A lot of the chapters from the Bad App War are hated and seen as traitors.
Mantis Warriors, yeah. Which we'll get to eventually, because you guys keep asking for it. It's like, they're just praying mantises. Go catch them outside.
No, wait, we did a
Did
mantis. They're basically prey mantises.
Yeah, they if you do it with them, they'll eat your head.
Yeah.
Thanks for the question.
Yeah. Next question.
This one's by Ethan Warner. If you could send any superhero into 40k, which one would you send?
That's a good question.
Instantaneously, my mind went to one guy, and that is Batman. Because if you could imagine Batman, like, he pretty much excels in whatever time period he's in. Future, Batman Beyond. In the past, you've got, like, Cowboy Batman, and you've had, like, Noir Batman. It's like, you even have Samurai Batman. So if you put him in the future of 40k, you're going to have, like, Inquisitor, Rogue Trader-esque Batman. And, he's pretty much, he'll pretty much do what he needs to do. But 40k is very grim dark, so he'll probably won't make much of a difference. But he's gonna wreck stuff for sure.
Yeah, I would want to throw in Deadpool just because it would be funny.
There's tons of fan art.
Of
him in like armor.
Yeah, in the Warhammer 40k universe. Yep. This question comes from Lee Baker. Do you think the Noise Marines of Chaos generate a beat as they march across the battlefield, with commanders there to act like DJs? And if yes, do you think it'll be closer to tribal, deep bass, or EDM? I think they would be like super loud and like a baby crying in a tunnel.
In a tunnel? Oh man. Yeah, because that'll drive anybody insane, and insanity is what drives them. They want to feel the pleasure of the vibes, the rhythmic beat, and if you play Justin Bieber, you might actually end up praising Slanesh at the end of his songs.
You gotta pop a Molly though.
Yeah, that's the one thing. And Mollies are hard to come by.
In the 41st millennium.
Yeah, especially because everybody's been using them now. I mean, I got 6 in my pocket, so hit me up.
That's funny. Next question.
Jay Gushy. Hey, I haven't heard you ask a question in like forever.
Gushy.
Gershi. He asks, do you guys even lift?
Bro?
He didn't say bro. So because of that, we're not answering your question.
Yeah, didn't count.
Come on, man.
Next question comes from an Eastern European man that starts with a K. Do dreadnoughts have USBs or something? No. Actually, Apple took over, and they made everything proprietary. So they have, what are they called? Lightning sockets?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Or lightning cords or something like that. So yeah, there you go.
Fars, how's your Lost Legions going? And can a tech priest teach a marine spirit to love? Well, how's your
Bad. I haven't started it.
Oh, at least come up with a name. The J Gushies.
The J Gushies.
There you go. Mine's pretty good. Actually, you will be seeing a showcase video of my second batch of Celestial Suns that were painted up. So stay tuned. They'll probably be out Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah. And can tech priests teach machines to love?
It's illegal.
It is.
Because of the whole Age of Strife and robots got too human-like. It is illegal for the Adeptus Mechanicus to try to replicate something, an emotion that happens in human minds,
into robotics.
Yes. Ambush asks, will GW stop focusing on Ultramarines and focus on other founding legions? Like the Salamanders? No. They do focus a lot on other chapters. I mean, the Blood Angels had a big spotlight for a while.
Oh yeah, Space Wolves for sure. Ultramarines now with Gilliman.
Dark Angels, they have they had Cypher.
Yeah, yep.
I do think that Lehman Russ is gonna come back.
Hopefully, I mean he's been away for quite some time.
Yes.
Bring him home. Harry's boiling. Do all ethnicities still exist in the 40k universe? I remember seeing one token black guy Inquisitor, but never an Asian, Hispanic, or others. Are black people like an endangered race or something?
No. So here's the thing about Warhammer 40k and reality, right? The moment you step out of the planet, your children don't have the same ethnicity as you, because that's culture.
Right.
So how are you going to have the same culture here on Earth, on like a planet that's twice the size of Earth, or half the size of Earth, with gravity completely different?
Right.
And like, it's just so many different things that...
Yeah, you're shaped by your beliefs, your culture, and all that is shaped by your environment. You put yourself in a different environment, there's going to be different things that you need to do to survive, different ways of coping with your emotions, and that's going to completely change your whole view on world and yourself. So
you're thinking small, man.
Yeah.
This is 40k. This is where your mind is supposed to go wild with like pink humans and oh, I guess we're all pink, right? Right.
One way or another, we all get the pink.
Depends on where you look.
No, hopefully it's not by the stink.
But yeah, it's so just now I forgot what I was gonna say. Next question comes from the dude 2552. Is there Tinder or dating websites in 40k?
Hey.
Just Grindr.
This one's by Damian Dawson. Is there any fictional universe that could have a chance at beating the combined power of the 40k universe? Perhaps Marvel or Dragon Ball Z?
They could beat the combined strength of Warhammer 40k.
So if you're saying all Xenos, all Chaos, and all the Imperium have aligned to combine and their forces and fight against another universe?
No. Not that I can think of.
Because that's scary as hell.
In a way, kind of Marvel, because when you get to the Guardians of the Galaxy, it's like, it's more broad, so there's more chances of you building on like craziness.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of like the Earth superheroes, I don't think those Earthling superheroes could take on much in Warhammer 40k.
I mean, if you talk about Dragon Ball Super, I'm gonna say Super. They got that one god dude. I forgot what his name is.
The cat?
No, he's not the. Well, he's like a god of destruction, but there's like a being above him, who's basically he's like a child, and like his way of having fun is literally destroying planets and universes.
What?
Yeah, so he can destroy a whole universe without even thinking about it.
What?
So if you think about it that way, the whole 40k universe isn't a threat at all for him. He'll just be like, oh, these Tyranids are scary. Oop, wiped out of existence.
Yep.
And Goku's his friend, so if Goku sees 40k as a threat, he'll just say, hey, save us.
Creaky joints. When are you going to give your window some love? Straighten your sill and give it a lick of paint. No, it's fine.
Yeah, what's wrong with it, man?
That's not really a window, it's a gate. If you alter the gate, then we won't know what happens when we go through it.
Mm-hmm. We could end up in a alternate dimension where he's wearing blue and I'm wearing black and white.
Yep.
And I don't think anybody wants that.
Nope. Black and yellow, black and yellow. Next question.
This was by Michael Simmons. If the Emperor had listened to Magnus when he attempted to inform him about Horus being infiltrated by the Chaos Gods, and he believed him, how do you think that would impact the lore? Tremendously! So if somebody says, hey, Horus is going to end up killing, one of your Primarchs and turning half the Imperium into a civil war, and you're going to end up being interred on the Golden Throne, that's going to change everything, because maybe none of that would have happened.
Or maybe there was another Primarch that was supposed to actually turn to Chaos, and that was one of the Lost Primarchs. And that Lost Primarch was killed by Leman Russ on the orders of the Emperor because he knew he was going to betray him. But what ended up happening is that Horus ended up betraying him. So even if Horus would have been exposed and the Emperor did something to prevent that, maybe Fulgrim would have been the new Horus.
Yeah. There's always somebody else.
Mm-hmm. Lug says, which one could win between... Yeah, who could win? A great Narlock or a Squiggoth? My money's on the Squiggoth, because Squiggoths are huge.
Yeah, Squiggoths are way bigger than Narlocks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's like saying who's gonna win, an elephant or a cat? Like, that's how much of a difference in size it is.
Yep. Next question. I have one from TLC Bonaparte.
Ooh.
Do salamanders have tech marines, or is the entire chapter just a quasi-tech marines? No, they have tech marines.
Yeah, they got them.
Mm-hmm.
Matt. That's a pretty standard name. Who would win in a fight? A group of xenomorphs or a group of Tyranids?
God bless you.
Oh man, Nurgle's trying to rile up my nostrils.
So what do you say?
A group of xenomorphs, like the aliens from Alien, or a group of Tyranids.
Depends on what type of Tyranids. If it's gene seed or gene stealers, gene stealers. If it's just your regular everyday like Hormagaunts and Termagants, then the other ones. Next question comes from the War on Truth. What is the worst death world? It's not Catachan, and certainly not Fenris. Maybe Rogol or Rogarth the third. No, I think it's Catachan.
Yeah,
because you said it's not.
Yeah, but that's actually pretty bad, actually. We just started doing a bunch of well, I wouldn't say a bunch, but we started doing lore on planets. You got Medusa.
Mm-hmm.
So stay tuned to learn more about these death worlds and other worlds.
Next question.
Nolan Dempsey. Do you think the Imperium of Man are bad guys? They're super shitty to their citizens, and they're extra shady at the top level of government. They don't allow different religions, while Tau is all about the greater good. There's always good and bad to everything. And
I think that's heresy.
Yeah, that is very much heresy. So if you hear a knock on the door and you don't see anybody there, it's already too late, man.
Mm-hmm. This question comes from Arthur Dotson. Gilliman meets Tau Watercast ambassadors from the Tau Empire. What happens?
They all die.
Like even Gilliman?
Even
Or-
Gilliman.
Okay. Why?
They end up pinning Gilliman to the ground. They open his mouth and they begin to crawl inside him.
How big are the water casts?
Oh, they can change their shape.
For real?
No.
Oh.
That'd be cool though, because they could actually be like water. They could like change their shape to whatever container they're in. Controlling Gilliman from the inside.
Maybe. Next question comes from Arthur Dotson again. If Tau had rappers, who dropped mad beats? What would their music sound like, and what cast would they come from? I think the Fire cast would have a Tau rapper by the name of Shah Tupac Liquor. Right? Kasha, yeah, whatever. And he would, of course, be gangster rap.
Every time he dropped the mixtape, it would always be fire, because he's from the Fire cast.
And then the Ethereal cast would have another rapper by the name of Kendrick Woolsey or something. And it would just be things that would blow your mind. That's it.
That's all you really need.
Next question.
This is a suggestion, but he suggests go outside and exercise. Take some rest and relaxation.
Yeah. Buzzsaw Bowser.
You know that guy.
Would the Space Marines accept Master Chief into their ranks? No.
No, of course not.
Like the Imperium might, but not the Space Marines.
Fire tools. Can Space Marines enjoy small human things and emotions, like laughing at jokes? Has a Space Marine ever laughed at a joke told by a mortal human? No.
They're stoic in nature, which technically doesn't mean that they lack emotion, but whatever.
I mean, you could put Kevin Hart and Gabriel Iglesias in front of these guys. Silent.
Silent. Dead silent. And last question comes from Gil D.
Ooh.
Is it possible for the webway to extend to another galaxy, since the old ones relied on the web to travel the galaxy, and they left it? Surely not in slow sublight shuttles. I think it was slow sublight shuttles. But that doesn't mean that, throw the concept out of the window, because it's a really good concept. They did run away, and maybe they ran away through some secret webway portal.
Yeah, because the warp is very mysterious. Nobody knows exactly the full extent of it, besides maybe the Harlequins. So it's a possibility.
Yep. Those were the questions for this week, guys. Thank you so much for sending them our way. If you have more questions, comment down below. Put a question in front of your question, because we get to those first.
That's right. Don't forget to hit us up on Patreon, where you guys can get more Epic for the Greater WAAAGH and some more 40k content. We have Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, where you can see more 40k content from The Sound Alchemist.
Gershwan.
And we are One Mind Syndicate, signing out.
If you can't swizz them, then you're bound to drizz out. Passing out life jackets, about to go down. Get down with the captain or go down with the ship. Before the dark abyss, I'ma hit you with this. If you can't swizz them, then you're bound to